Hi, I'm Trudy. Welcome to T&B Living, Coffee, and Conversations, where real estate, design, and everyday life come together, helping you love where you live. Today's coffee is home brewed from Charleston Coffee Roasters. Hi, I'm Trudy with T&B Living, and I'm here with Matt, who is with Charleston Home Inspection, and he is actually getting ready to do a home inspection on this house here that is under contract. And so I just wanted to have him share a little bit about what buyers and sellers can expect during a home inspection, because the home inspection is a key element between contract and closing, and a lot of things come up during that process. So Matt is going to answer some questions for us because he has firsthand experience. So Matt, if you would just tell us a little bit about what's normally included in a regular home inspection.
Sure. Thank you, Trudy. For the standard home inspection, your inspector is going to look at the exterior, the interior, the roof, plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, and any built-in major equipment that's a part of the house, along with the exterior grade and landscaping that's directly attached to the property. These things that will test the heating and cooling, the water heater, major systems and appliances like built-in kitchen appliances. Things that aren't tested or out of scope are things that would need advanced equipment for. So chimneys, elevators, pools, things of that nature. But the standard home inspection is typically the four walls, the roof, and the land just around the house.
Okay, great. And so these things like that, as far as roof leaks or any issues with HVAC, those are typically like the big ticket items that a home buyer would be most concerned with as far as repairs are concerned.
Sure. The big ticket items are definitely the roof, the HVAC, the water heater, and the electrical components. Most insurance companies call those the four major points of the home inspection. But yes, we are very thorough, especially with those 4 points. The conditions in South Carolina are hot and humid in the summer, and
as it is today,
and can get very
even
cold
at the end of September
in the winter. So the heat pumps tend to be stressed. We look those very thoroughly. Water heaters, based again off of the conditions and the environment, we like to look at the water heaters very thoroughly, along with all the other plumbing. But the major systems in plumbing, the heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and roof are definitely the four highlights, if you will, especially that we like to look at.
Okay. And so how long does a home inspection normally take?
Home inspections, we typically ballpark an hour per 1,000 square foot of a house.
Okay.
That will vary based off of the age of the house, whether or not we find a lot of defects or things that needed correcting in the house at the time. But by and large, a 1,000 square foot for 1 hour of inspection time.
Okay. And like if a home has crawl space, you go in the crawl space, you go in the attic.
Yes. Any good inspector should always make sure they go in the crawl space very last. They should run all the plumbing and do all the testing of all the fixtures and faucets before they go into the crawl space. That way they can get a good representation of everything once they're down there.
Gotcha. Now, are there any special factors for the Charleston area that you take into consideration? Anything regarding humidity, mildew, or flooding?
Yes. So the Charleston area is particularly prone to fungal growth in crawl spaces. It is just a hot and humid environment we live in. So a lot of the new constructions are going for slab builds for that reason. But there are many homes that are built on crawl spaces still, and the existing homes that are built. So we very much pay attention to moisture levels, whether or not crawl spaces have been encapsulated, which is a common thing people are doing nowadays. But moisture levels in the crawl space is definitely one of the things inspectors would want to look and pay heavy attention to.
Right. I've had some experience with that with my home buyers. So is there anything special that a buyer needs to do to prepare for a home inspection?
There is absolutely nothing a buyer needs to do to prepare for a home inspection. Your home inspector should provide pictures, descriptions, and verbal communication with you to answer any questions that you have. We always recommend that the client be on site after the inspection. That way you can have a verbal presentation with your inspector. They can clarify anything on site and also show you what they see so you can see it that and in the report.
And I think we have here the buyer and the buyer's agent and so that's fine for both the buyer and the buyer's representation to show up for the home inspection, to hear and see things firsthand, which is what I always like to do.
Absolutely.
And then you go over anything you find with them in person, so that when they get the report, sometimes the pictures, you might have a little confusion about what is this picture of. And so if they've already been there to talk to you about it, then they have a better understanding of what the report is saying.
Yes. My reports tend to be more pictures and more descriptions than others, but I feel like that is a benefit to my clients. And my reports are also available that very night. Everybody in the Charleston Home Inspection Company has reports available that evening. The speed of business seems to increase year after year, so it would only make sense that we would have our reports delivered to the clients as fast as possible as well.
That's awesome. Time is of the essence in most situations, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. So thank you so much. I know you've got people here, you've got a home inspection you're getting ready to do, and I appreciate you taking the time out to share that information with people who are considering buying or selling, or haven't done that in quite a while and just wondering how things work these days. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
My pleasure.